lose the day not because you lack time, but because your environment keeps stealing your attention. Those micro-abductions cost months of progress, ruined momentum, and deals that never close. The context lock protocol turns your space, tools, and routines into a mechanical lock that forces the brain to stay in deep work for predictable multi-hour blocks. You will install a 4-part system that creates sealed attention zones, aligns reward timing, and makes returning to work faster than the interruption itself. Diagnose the leak in 10 seconds. Answer 3 quick signals. Do you resume a task within 30 seconds after an interruption? Do you have more than one app open when you try to focus? And do your best ideas arrive after you stop working instead of during work? If you answered no to any, your context is porous and you need a lock. The mechanism is straightforward. The brain uses context as a cue for action. Every mismatch between environment and goal creates friction that triggers novelty hunting. The protocol aligns physical, digital, and temporal context, so the cue consistently maps to the desired cognitive state. Install the protocol now. Step 1. Build a physical lock zone. Trigger before any high-leverage session. Action. Create a single physical boundary where deep work happens. Clear the surface of non-essential items. Place only 3 objects: the task note, a water bottle, and a single analog timer. Turn your chair to face away from windows or doorways that produce distraction. If you cannot change the room, designate a tiny corner and treat it as sacred. Why this works? Physical constraints reduce peripheral sensory input and create spatial predictability your hippocampus encodes. Success cue. When you sit, your hands find the 3 items without scanning. Do this now. Clear your workspace to 3 items for 3 minutes to create a dedicated physical lock zone. Step 2. Enforce a digital lock. Trigger immediately after you enter the physical lock zone. Action. Close all browser tabs except the single resource required for the task and mute all notifications system-wide. Use an app blocker or the OS focus mode to block social and email apps for the block duration. Rename your single open tab with the exact task sentence so the address bar reads your mission. Why this works? The brain reacts to available novelty. Reducing digital entry points prevents spontaneous revaluation of priorities. Success cue. Your screen shows 1 tab labeled with your mission and no badges or chimes. Do this now. Close tabs to 1, enable focus mode, and label the tab with your target for 2 minutes to create a digital lock that routes attention to one objective. Step 3. Timebox with ultradian alignment. Trigger after digital lock engages. Action. Schedule your block to align with ultradian rhythms. Prefer a first block of 50 to 90 minutes depending on your energy curve. Start with 50 minutes if you are new to long blocks. Set a visible timer and commit to not leaving until the timer rings. At the halfway mark, perform a 15-second somatic reset. Stand, stretch, take 3 full breaths, and return immediately. Why this works? Energy cycles fluctuate in 90 to 120-minute bands. Aligning your block window to these rhythms matches natural arousal curves and extends sustainable focus. Success cue. The halfway somatic reset reduces urge intensity and you continue without task switching. Do this now. Start a 50-minute timer and commit to a single uninterrupted block for 50 minutes to sync work with your natural energy cycles. Step 4. Reward contour and fast resumption protocol. Trigger when the block ends or if interrupted. Action. Attach 2 rewards to every block. The micro reward occurs immediately after completing the block and must be sensory and short, 30 to 90 seconds long. The macro reward occurs after chaining 3 blocks and should be longer and active, 10 to 20 minutes. For interruptions, use the fast resumption protocol. Perform a 5-breath micro reset, recite your 1-sentence mission aloud, and resume work within 30 seconds without restarting the timer. Why this works? Predictable rewards retrain dopamine expectation toward completion. Fast resumption preserves reward expectation and prevents long revaluation cycles that make restarts costly. Success cue. You take the micro reward only after the block and you can resume in under 30 seconds after an interruption. Do this now. Plan a 30 to 90 second micro reward and commit to resuming within 30 seconds when interrupted for 90 seconds to lock reward to completion and maintain momentum. Stress test 1. Forced interruptions from others. Survival rule. If someone requires you, acknowledge the interruption, press pause on the timer, perform a 30-second context re-anchor with 1 inhale-exhale pair and a finger tap on the desk, then resume the timer within 30 seconds. If you cannot resume within 30 seconds, shorten the remainder of the block by 50% and log Y. The anchor signals the brain that this is a deliberate pause, not a new task. Do this now. Practice a 30-second anchor and a 30-second resumption for 1 minute to survive external interruptions without losing momentum. Stress test 2. Internal novelty urges. Survival rule. When a novelty urge appears, label it aloud. Novelty. Take 5 seconds to write the urge on a tiny sticky note. Place it on the desk and return to task. Do not read the sticky note until your block completes. The act of recording reduces the urge's impact and offloads memory. Do this now. When an urge appears next, write it on a sticky note and continue for 60 seconds to externalize distraction and preserve focus. Measurement and feedback. Use a simple context lock scorecard. Every day, log blocks completed, total deep minutes, interruption resumption rate, and average focus score from 1 to 5. Use the format B vertical bar M vertical bar R % vertical bar S, where B is blocks, M is minutes, R is resumption %, and S is score. Example entry: 3 vertical bar, 150 vertical bar, 92% vertical bar, 4.2. Update daily and review weekly. Aim to increase deep minutes by 15% weekly or raise resumption rate above 90%. If metrics stall, tighten your physical or digital locks before increasing block length. Maintain and scale with compressed and extended versions. The 30-second compressed context lock for emergency windows is: rotate your chair, close all tabs, mute notifications, name one target aloud, and start a 25-minute block. That 30-second ritual creates the same contextual cues in compressed form. Do this now. Perform the 30-second compressed context lock for 30 seconds to start reliable focus under time pressure. Scaling to larger projects uses chaining and cadence. Chain 2 to 3 50-minute blocks for focused execution, then schedule a synthesis block for 45 minutes the following day. Reserve weekly sprint days where you apply 6 chained blocks with larger macro rewards and use the scorecard to decide when sprints are productive versus punitive. Practical experiments you can run today. Experiment 1. Choose your highest leverage deliverable and apply a full context lock, physical zone, digital lock, 50-minute block, and planned 30-second micro reward. Log results and resumption rate. Experiment 2. Conduct a collaboration session with a partner using shared context locks and simultaneous timers. Measure how long it takes to reach consensus versus normal meetings. If consensus time drops, you've reduced coordination friction by aligning contexts. Neuroscience explained plainly. The hippocampus ties context to memory and action. The prefrontal cortex schedules behavior based on those contextual cues. When your environment is noisy and discontinuous, the brain prefers short, high-salience rewards and abandons long goals. Creating a sealed context increases cue reliability and shifts reward expectations to task completion. The breathing resets and sensory anchors manage arousal through vagal modulation and brief sympathetic calibration. Final tactical checklist for immediate execution. Clear your workspace to 3 items and set the physical lock. Close to one tab, enable focus mode and label it with your mission. Start a 50-minute block aligned to your energy and perform a 15-second mid-block somatic reset. Schedule a 30 to 90-second micro reward for completion. Log BMR%S in your scorecard. Do this now. Run one full context lock block for 50 minutes to convert a distracted day into intentional deep work. Long-term advantage and CTA. The context lock protocol turns your environment from an enemy into an engineering tool that forces high-leverage cognition. When you make context deterministic, focus becomes habitual and interruptions stop derailing your trajectory. Subscribe to Success Code to collect the next set of structural protocols that compound this advantage, because building the architecture of attention is the single most powerful move you can make for lasting output.